Jimmie Johnson gets a new number. Petty GMS gets a new name. Has Kevin Harvick hinted that he might be retiring? And Malcolm in the Middle goes racing. All that and more coming up next. What is going on? Hope you're doing good today, everybody. All right, Jimmie Johnson has finally let the cat out of the bag. He will be running number 84 for Petty GMS, except it's no longer Petty GMS. It is now, what is this called here? Legacy Motors Club. Legacy Motor Club? Legacy Motor Club. Legacy Motor Club is who Jimmie Johnson will be running for, formerly Petty GMS. That name has been met with a lot of, basically just a lot of people not liking it. They wish that Petty had somehow kept his name in there, which brings up this point. This will be the first time, I think, since NASCAR has been a sport that a petty name has not been in one of the race teams. So that's going to be very interesting because I think it was Petty Engineering when NASCAR first started. So I think they've had a Petty in the name of every race team, or in the name of a race team, ever since NASCAR began. So that's interesting as well. But he will run the number 84. He will definitely, the first race he's going to try to attempt will be in Daytona with Carvana. Carvana is going to sponsor him. They're sticking with him, and they have not announced all of the other dates either, but Carvana has basically said they're going to stick with him, so I'd expect to see Carvana at least on most of those dates. A sharp eye on Reddit has found this forever patch on Kevin Harvick's uniform, indicating that this could be his final season. That is the speculation. Kevin Harvick has not come out and said for sure yet that this is his final season, but the forever patch on his uniform, a lot of people are taken away from that it could be his last season. I mean, 23 years in NASCAR Cup Series, Daytona 500 winner, NASCAR champion, 50 or 60 wins. I can't remember exactly how many he's got off the top of my head, but he has done everything pretty much anybody could dream of doing in NASCAR. But the question after that becomes who replaces Kevin Harvick, and even further down the line, because Smithfield has only signed for 2 years, so the year after next year, 2025, who replaces Eric Almirola after the 2025 season. So there's going to be potentially 2 spots by 2025. But who replaces Kevin Harvick is the big question. Of course, you've got Cole Custer in the wings in the Xfinity Series right now for Stewart-Haas Racing. Also in a Ford car, you've also got, or Ford truck, I should say, you've got Zane Smith. You would imagine he would get some attention as well. And then if you want to poach from another manufacturer, you've got Josh Berry over there in Chevrolet. He would be one that somebody I think would probably try to get in their race car. Definitely a good driver. And then, you know, the Toyota pipeline, do they grab Corey Heim? Do they grab Sammy Smith? So a lot of questions around that. It'll be very interesting to see how that plays out. And I think it'll be one of those fun things to watch as the season goes on. All right, Malcolm in the Middle. Get ready for a lot of puns of people saying Malcolm in the Middle as he goes 3 wide into turn 3. I know some announcer is waiting to say that, but Frankie Munoz, star of Malcolm in the Middle, is going to race a full season in ARCA. He is going to do it for Rhett Jones Racing, and he, like I said, he's going to run the full season. He tried to do a season last year, but he had some type of conflicts or something like that. But it looks like he is going to be able to do the full season this year, so good for him. It'll be really cool to have him in the lineup and in the mix. And all right, let's knock out, we got some sponsor and driver news, so let's knock that out real quick. Anthony Alfredo will drive the 78 for BJ McLeod Motorsports in the Xfinity Series. Garrett Smithley will drive the 99. Front Row Motorsports will re-up with freight auctions for the LA Coliseum, both Atlanta races, North Wilkesboro, and their final date with them will be the Daytona Cutoff race. They will also re-up their deal with Zane Smith in the Truck Series for Front Row. All right, RFK has signed with Esperion Therapeutics for several races. They will sponsor both Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher. Their first sponsorship deal will be at the Daytona 500 on the number 6 for Brad Keselowski. All right, that's all I got for you on this one. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. All your subscriptions mean a lot, and I really appreciate all of them. If you're already subscribed, you know I appreciate you guys as well. If you got a question, comment, or anything like that, leave it down in the comment section. I try to get to as many of them as I can. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace. This is not a Jimmie Johnson hat. This is actually the number I'm going to run on my limited car. I'm not that good. I can't predict the future that good. But it's pretty crazy that the same colors, like he has the same color scheme when they did that reveal, gold and black. So yeah, who knew?